Hi, thought today would make a kit. I've made loads of kits before. This is a simple one. I warn you now, it's most probably going to flare out. If I can get a bit of paper ready, we'll see. It's a simple heart, but we're coming up to Valentine's Day, and these kits are fun. They're simple, they're great for people to practice their soldering on. But I'll switch this on and you'll see. This isn't the one I'm going to build, by the way, because it's a bit boring. It doesn't help much. But there we go. It's just a pulsing set of LEDs in a heart shape. And that's all it does. It's not as bad in real life. And it's not quite as bright. It looks better. But it doesn't do much else. It's quite boring. So let's get on with the kit. Right, this is the kit. There's the board, and it's all clearly marked on the board. You don't need any brains. These are the 510k, sorry, 510 ohm resistors. They're for the LEDs. So there's one for each LED. These here are two 10k approximately resistors. There's a crystal, a capacitor, another capacitor, a switch, a 2.1 socket jack, the chip itself and its socket, and hopefully enough LEDs. So that's where we are with it. It's going to be very boring to watch it all. I've started off and then I'm not sure I should have said boring. Just then, of course it won't be boring. Be very interesting. One thing about these boards, they are a bit sneaky. I don't know, just here, this white dash, and don't ask me how I know, but don't forget to put that in. It's just a wire link, goes from there to there, and it's purely straightforward wire link, which very rarely get instructions with these videos, kits. But as I say, every item is clearly marked. We've marked the pos and neg of the diodes for you. There's the crystal goes there. There's 10k. There's this capacitor goes here, and that capacitor, the 222 pos, goes there. And like most kits, there's a piece missing. There should be two 22 puffs, and there's only one. But I've had this knocking around for a while and I haven't really opened it, so we're learning, but I've got plenty of those, so I'll go and find one. Right, I found another one in my little box of kits. Funny thing is that it's a 22 puff. The other one that came with the kit was 30. It doesn't matter, it's not that critical. So now with the board we can figure that this is going to have to lay down because it's got to get underneath that. So we'll put that in and we'll just bend the leads on it slightly and down on there. I'll get the soldering iron. This is where I'll start bashing the camera. I won't use that soldering. I'm using a slightly bigger tip. This is a pure copper one, supposedly, from eBay. So I thought I'd try it. Let's see. I haven't soldered it before. What's that? That's got that one. That should be okay. that one, perhaps. There we go. Clean the tip. That's a bit blobby. Yep, that's those two soldered. And we'll do 10k. I think they gave me two 10ks and I forgot about them. Yeah, I think they're through that hole. Depends, I suppose, how you want it to lay. I quite like it laying like that. Just double check. Just go straight to earth. Right. I'll do one leg of that. The reason for doing one leg, it's getting very blobby, is to check that the resistance nice, not fully flat on the board, which is fine. I don't like them pressed down onto the board. Solder that in place. And that's the resistor done. What else going along? Crystal, which isn't polarized. It should just lay in there. Again, don't want to get this too hot, so do one leg. And just level it off. That's sitting nice and flat. And do the next leg of the crystal. Clean the tip. Not cleaning very well. Right. As I say, it's the first time I've used this copper tip. Alright, that's that done. What else we got? We got the two puffs to go in. Now these should be able to sit on there upright. I'll put one in. Again, these capacitors aren't polarized. Those capacitors are. And general markings are the shaded part is the negative. So the negative side of the capacitor goes to that, and the other lead goes to positive. I could see the holes. Can I get that down far enough? If not, I'll have to lay down. It will go at an angle. That chips in. There. It's just the trouble with having the camera where I've got it mounted. It's not all that helpful. It's between me and the soldering iron. Let's get the other one in. Hopefully this will go in easier. Right, heck. well. So, boards in, check it out. Just solder that leg. That's that. And get the cutters. And now snip. We'll do the link as well in a second. Well, we've got these bits cut off. It's the longest one, so I use that. If I put that in there, I won't forget it. Which is what tends to happen with me. Right, there we go. We'll come through there. No, we won't. We'll come through from there and bend over. And poke through. Now this is only done because it's a single-sided board and they were too cheap to make a double-sided board and put a link across on the PCB itself. That's there, and the solder's here. And hopefully that's the link done. So it's soldered there, to cross to there, and that means I don't need to keep any more of these little bits. Right. I've just fitted the socket for the chip. I'm just going to solder one edge, solder the other end, flip it over, just check it's sitting down flat. Just go a little bit more. That's pretty good. I mean, even if it's not 100%, it's not the end of the world. Now then, do you want to watch me solder all those up? I'll do a couple and then maybe pause again. Okay. I don't know where the flare's coming from that side. Bear with me a second. It's got the flare off. And I can't see what I'm doing. Well, I'll carry on. There. There. I'm not sure whether this copper one is any good. That seems fine. Might be the wrong size tip. I tend to like to use a bigger tip on these. and the small one I use for SMD, because I have an SMD kit, and this is sort of a practice run on that. Right, I think I'll pause that there because you don't want to see me do the other side, and I'll come back. Right, that's all the legs of the base. Obviously there's a little nick shown on the circuit board there, dip, and that's the dip in the base, and there'll be a dot on the nick, or even a U. Focus. And there's the dip, so that when it goes in the right way round. Right, and next, because we do all the low items, I'm going to put the resistors down this side. So I've got a former. It's a poor man's former, it's not your big Clive's former, and in theory you're supposed to take them out, piece of cardboard, but to be honest, I think it's a waste of time, but I'll try it on this one. Now then, which way round do we want this to go? Oh, that's a 5 colour, green. Right, so green is the first, which is your 5. We put him in like that, pull him down, and just another 15 to do. Now I like to keep them all facing the same way, and this time I'll do it without the former because I don't think you need it. Get the leg pushed in the hole, and because I've turned the lights off because of the flaring, you can't see much, and I don't think you can see much. But we'll keep them all the same way round, like that. Okie dokie. Pull them off of there, pull them off of there, I'll do one more, and then we'll pause again. Colour green to the left, poke it in to the hole, push it down, pull it through, get it nice and flat, or level should I say, rather than flat. Right, I'm going to pause and put the rest of them in. Right, I'll put 8 of them in, and as you can see they're all in, all the same way round. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly solder these up, and we'll go from there. Right, you lay the iron on, touching the pad and the wire, hold for a moment, didn't do on that one, hold for a moment, and the solder will take, don't need to put too much solder on, hold for a moment, hold for a moment, solder will run. The idea is to heat it up and then put the solder on so that the flux runs in. If you put the flux on the iron before the leg has got hot, the flux tends to not run so well, or the solder should I say, because the flux evaporates off. That's what the smoke is. And that one isn't quite done. is now. Not too much solder on this. I don't like this iron tip. I'll stop using it next time. Just check none of them have fallen out or moved. I'll bend those pins back a bit, and we'll go down this side. This is a chisel tip on this copper soldering iron tip, and I think it's fine for bigger stuff. I think it's a bit too big for this. I've got another tip. I've got loads of different tips. Of course, now this one's hot. I've got another iron. I could put a different tip in. I don't think it's going to be necessary. See, that one's take them all up. That's it. Okay, now we just need to trim them off and do the others. Well, I'm not going to bore you. And I can hear you all clapping. If anybody, well, all of you. I doubt if anybody's watching, but if anybody is watching, you'll be pleased. I'm going to pause the video whilst I clip these and do all the other resistors, because every resistor is the same. Right, that's the resistors all in, all facing the same way. If I turn the board up that way. Now there's just the LEDs to put in, the switch, power supply, and the chip. I'm just looking. Yeah, positives on the outside on all the LEDs. Right. Okay. There was a fair few resistors spare in that kit, including the spare 10k. Now let's see if we're short of an LED or two. That. Up there, don't need that. And this. Right. There's the LEDs. Right. Long leg on the LEDs is the positive, and the anchor is the cathode. And I don't know whether these ones haven't got a flat side, but some LEDs have a flat side, and you can tell by the marking. I'll put these in, positive on the outside. Rush through this fairly quickly, with the trick will be turning it up the other way. But, I might just do what I did with the resistors, because it would actually be easier that way. Just do a few, which I can hold in while I turn it upside down. And ready for the flare, because I haven't turned the main light out. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Right, find something to wedge underneath there. The switch seems about the right height. Doesn't really matter, because I'm only going to solder one lead of the LED. He said, should push down one leg. So one leg. And it'll be all higgledy-piggledy. It doesn't matter, because I'm only doing one leg. I'll do one really badly there. In fact, I might do, with my luck, do a few really badly. and I don't solder 2 legs, everything will be fine. That smoke is the flux. Right, now then, oh my goodness, look at that. They're all higgledy-piggledy except the first one. Right, put the soldering iron on there, push it flat. Wait. Didn't put enough solder on that one. Oh, there goes my how to do this. Gone wrong, I must have brushed that. Right. The heat, hold it flat, and takes. Same with this one. Yeah. Check they're all straight. Now they're all straight. Definitely. It can only be the copper tip that's causing the problem. I'll do the inner ones before I go back round and do the outer ones. Doesn't seem to have taken us somewhere on that one. There we go. That's it. Right. I'll just go around and do ones that I push through. That need doing. Second. Solder was pushed up. Yeah. Little ducks in a row. Right. Now then, there's all the rest to do. So you can fast forward if you want. I don't know whether I'm going to bother pausing this. I don't know. I thought this kit would be a nice bit of fun. This one is not that interesting, to be honest. But it's, you know, romantic. Romantic, as they say. But with my neighbour's TV's up, so I don't know whether you can hear that. That's annoying. Right. Just check all the long leads are on the outside. Hold the things. If you try to escape, switch under. That's the same as what I went before. One leg. One leg. leg, one leg, one leg. I talk to myself a bit when I'm doing this. Should be talking to you. I'm talking to myself, which is odd. Then, no answer to that. Actually, open that one. I just need a quick flash. Oh, pretty. Maybe. What do you think? Those two need pushing down. More I look, the more right. Here we go again. Okay. This is not very good because you can't see much because of the flare out. I'm going to pause again and do the rest. Right. Let's got rid of the ashtray. Right. That's all the LEDs. All the LEDs on. And I'll flick over to see the other side. And I can see a bridge. Just there. So let's just. Trouble is this. I thought I'd turn to sleep off on this thing. Bridge gone. No bridge. Right, that's all the LEDs done. Hopefully they're all around the right way. So just a switch in the socket to do it and put the chip in. So I'll put the soldering iron up away for a minute. Now, by the way, I've got 3 LEDs left over. So, and no spaces. The switch goes in. That way round. Is that higher than that? Actually, I'm not. I'm going to put the power switch in first. Socket, rather, not switch. Power socket in the hole. Put that in. Soldering iron again, which hasn't quite gone to sleep yet, which is good. And this is all flary, but it's got to be done. Yep. I think I just turned the switch off. Just went down. Yeah. Yep, switch is sitting fine. Interrupted there a bit by a wandering minstrel, and literally this is the last few bits to do, I hope, once this is done. Trouble is, you put too much heat on these things. That's inside. Right, that's that. Chip. A little bit flared. Hopefully, I've got something that will sort that. Should square them up. And there's the ident sand. Check the pins on that side. Ow, that's still hot. Bit of a tug. Snuggle up. It doesn't seem to want to go. Let's try. In place. So, I don't like this socket. I don't blame it. I don't like this socket. I much prefer turned sockets. Let's roll it over a bit more. Make sure we get it around the right way. Yeah, that's in. That's when you look down, you see pins sticking out the side. But, anyway, that's in. Power supply is here. Now, will it let out the blue smoke? What do we think? So, all right. I don't know how to get you to see that. Yeah, it does the same, but it's just multicoloured. That's the other one. I was hoping that it would do the run around, because it's supposed to be water, this one. But it's not, it's just a pulsing heart again. That's it. They're all different colours. And one isn't working. That one. That one's a bit odd. But that one. Yeah. I'm going to whip that one out. Right. balance it out. Need to clean that hole up. Burning myself. I've got this iron turned up quite hard, but there we go. Right. Before I put the next LED in, I'll get something. I can see it. I thought it was there. I moved it. LED tester. It works. So that in there. One leg. One push. That's annoying, but at least the smoke didn't come out. I think I might have just knocked it. Yeah, I did. So, clip again. And this must be almost, like I say, I was hoping that it would be the water one, which was actually sold to me as. I'm still not lighting up. It's a bit strange. Off that pin. I don't know whether you can see this. I don't know if you can. Track trace. That LED and the positives on the same side as all the other positives. So there's a trace, goes through that, just to there, goes onto that pin there, and I don't know. I can just touch up, as I say. This one. I really don't know why it's not going to light up, to be honest. Check this. All these kits work. I know the LED is good. We'll give it one last go, and if it doesn't work, then I'll put it down to bad weather. No, it definitely doesn't like that chip. That LED doesn't like. Right, different video, because I'm not going to get my meter out. This video's gone on miles too long. So, there we are. A broken heart. Oh, just what you need for Valentine's Day. Alright then, catch you later. Enjoy!